Congratulations. And I don't say that lightly. You finally made it to your highest timeline, not the timeline you dreamed about once and dismissed as impossible, not the life you only saw in visions during your lowest moments. No, you're in it now. And while this message isn't for everyone, you'll know instantly if it's for you. Your spirit will rise, your heart will quicken, your soul will whisper, "Yes, this is where I'm meant to be." It's been a long, long journey, not just in years, but in transformation, heartbreak, release, and rediscovery. At the beginning, it all felt like chaos. Nothing made sense. Life felt random. People entered your world who were disconnected from purpose, floating without direction, and speaking fear into every opportunity. And yet, somehow, you didn't get swallowed by that confusion. You felt something deeper pulling you out of the noise. That something was your obedience to God. It wasn't rules or rituals that kept you steady. It was your heart, open, faithful, pure. You didn't need to see the full plan. You just followed the whisper. And even when the path was blurry, you kept walking. That was the first sign that you were on your way to your highest and best timeline. You've hit rock bottom more times than you care to count. But there was one time, one moment, that broke you in a way nothing else could. You cried out with everything in you. You weren't praying for a blessing anymore. You were praying for a rescue. And in your desperation, you knocked on heaven's door with the full force of your soul. And do you know what happened? God answered. Not because he was tired of you knocking, but because your heart was ready. He had been listening all along, waiting for that surrender, that full alignment. And when you reached it, really reached it, everything began to shift. That was the moment the miraculous became your new normal. You started seeing small signs, quiet miracles, unexpected opportunities, timely connections, bills paid when there was no way, peace in the middle of chaos. Things began to work out. And maybe at first you didn't call them miracles. Maybe you brushed them off as coincidence, but over time you realized this is divine intervention in real time. These days things continue to align in your favor. Even when it looks like the odds are against you, the outcome still bends toward your good. And if you step back and look at it logically, you'll realize this should not be happening this consistently. It defies math, it defies logic, but it doesn't defy faith. You've entered a timeline where divine favor is your foundation, and even when life throws you a challenge, it doesn't shake you anymore. You've cultivated peace, you've built trust, and you know without a doubt that what's for you will never miss you. And that's the real miracle. Not just that things work out, but that you're no longer worried if they will. You've stopped striving, you've stopped forcing, you've surrendered your burdens, your past, and your old stories. And what's left is freedom, a kind of freedom only found on the highest timeline. Let's not forget what it took to get here. You walked away from what didn't serve you. Relationships, jobs, mindsets, patterns. You released it all. You chose yourself. You chose peace. You chose God. That was your elevation. And now you float lighter, think clearer, and love deeper. You walk differently now. You speak differently. Your energy has shifted so profoundly that even strangers can sense something powerful on you. That's not ego. That's alignment. You're in sync with God's design for your life, and that vibration is unmistakable. And even in moments of stillness or delay, you're not shaken. You know better now. You've learned that even the pauses have purpose. You've stopped measuring your progress by the clock. You've started measuring by peace, and by how deeply you trust that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. You've gone from praying for breakthroughs to living inside them. What used to feel like a distant hope is now your daily reality. Your abundance is no longer a fantasy, it's your current state. And that abundance isn't just about money, it's about peace, clarity, love, time, purpose. And I have to tell you, this is still only the beginning. I know that may sound wild considering how far you've come, But God is not done with you. You've just begun to tap into the fullness of your timeline. The best is still stretching ahead of you. You're starting to cook. The ingredients are all in place, the fire is steady, and what's being created in your life now is unstoppable. Joy is bubbling up, creativity is flowing, opportunities are rising, love is surrounding you. You've never felt more yourself. And you know what? You earned this. You fought for this. You believed when no one else did. You stayed faithful in the dark. You chose love in the face of hate. You healed when it would have been easier to blame. And for all of that, this timeline belongs to you. You're not here by accident. You were chosen. Hand-picked for this timeline, not because you're perfect, but because you're ready. Ready to live boldly. Ready to love fully. Ready to be the light you always searched for in others. So hold your head high, walk in joy, rest in peace, and know you've arrived. You're not reaching anymore, you're receiving. And this, beloved, is just the tip of the iceberg. Expect more magic. Expect more favor. Expect more alignment. Because when you're on your highest timeline, miracles aren't rare, they're routine. If this word spoke to your spirit, like it was written just for you, drop a "I'm walking in alignment" in the comments. Hit like if you claim this timeline. Subscribe for more divine messages like this. And keep showing up, because your story is only getting better from here. And now repeat this prayer with me. Dear Divine Creator, thank you for aligning me with the path that reflects the highest version of myself, the path where peace is no longer rare and purpose is no longer distant. You have removed the veils of confusion and drawn me into a timeline that honors my growth. I am finally in rhythm with my destiny, not by my strength alone, but by your divine orchestration. I praise you for placing me on this path of fulfillment, where my steps are ordered and my soul is at ease. You carried me through storms I thought would break me, and now, standing in this moment of clarity and peace, I can only say thank you. What once felt like chaos was the foundation of this clarity. What once felt like loss became the soil for this peace. I recognize that this new season is sacred, and I vow to never take your grace for granted. Thank you for holding me steady, even when everything around me was shifting. May I never overlook the miracles now flowing so freely in my life. Let me notice them in the quiet, in the small moments, in the daily gifts I once missed. I receive them with awe and reverence. I know these blessings are not random. They are divine rewards of obedience, faith, and resilience. Help me, Lord, to stay present and deeply aware of how favored I truly am. As you continue to bless me, keep my heart humble and my spirit grounded. Let success never blind me to where I came from or who brought me through. Protect me from pride that pretends I did this alone. Keep me centered in gratitude so that the elevation never separates me from compassion, authenticity, or service. Let my blessings be a reflection of your goodness, not just my progress. Thank you for growing my faith to the point where I no longer live in worry. I don't fear the future. I trust it. I don't panic in the unknown. I praise through it. You've trained my heart to believe even before I see, and now that I see, I believe even more. May I continue releasing what doesn't align with this peace, this joy, this calling. Give me boldness to walk through open doors, even if they require me to leave comfort behind. Guide me to be a light for others still finding their way to this timeline. May my journey be proof that surrender leads to safety and alignment leads to abundance. Let my words carry encouragement and my actions carry healing. I pray to be a mirror of hope, reminding others that this clarity, this joy, this divine alignment is possible for them too. Above all, may I honor this season of overflow with grace, gratitude, and love. Let me not chase what's already mine. Let me not worry when things are already working in my favor. May I be a vessel of love, a steward of wisdom, and a living testimony that trust in you never returns void. I embrace this timeline not with entitlement, but with reverence, responsibility, and radiant joy. Amen.